everybody, welcome to the Empressive channel. The actress and TV host Tamera Mowry made an interesting comment about her time on The Real. Now, Tamera was actually one of the hosts on The Real for several seasons before she left the show, and she revealed in her recent interview with Lewis Howes that being on a talk show like The Real was not a safe place for her.
And we were talking about social media. Social media didn't help that, especially doing a talk show.
Because you're getting constantly negative feedback and critics. And
so they will take what you say,
one thing out of context, and
put it out of context to fit their narrative of who they think you are. And that is what happened for years on that show. And I will tell you this, being on a talk show, and you can take it or leave it, it is not a safe place. It's not.
Being on a talk show.
Being on a talk show. It's not a safe place. And I wish someone would have told me that. Because then I would have been prepared. I was not. I wasn't. I learned. So think of going to battle.
Yes.
But you don't know you're going to battle. So I wasn't supposed to know it wasn't a safe place.
Really?
Because I wouldn't be who I am now. Because I probably would have had my guard. I would have, I've learned so much about myself doing that show. I'd rather have people dislike me for who I truly am than who I'm pretending to be.
Now, I thought this was a very interesting statement that Tamera made. In fact, her whole interview with Lewis Howes was actually very interesting. If you get a chance, please check it out. But her saying that The Real wasn't a safe place for her is revealing, and I can understand why she would say that, because The Real is a different type of talk show. It's honestly the only talk show where the hosts are encouraged to bear their personal lives and their personal business out there for public consumption. And this actually puts them in a very vulnerable space, because this leaves room for people to critique them and scrutinize them and judge them based off of the things they say. And oftentimes the media and blogs, including myself, make headlines out of it. So I definitely understand what Tamera means when she says the show wasn't safe for her. And I don't necessarily think it's 100% safe for any of the other co-hosts either. Like just a couple of days ago, Lonnie broke down and cried because she felt like people didn't like her.
I think the question that I had to ask myself is, why do some people not like me? I want to do this.
Okay.
I'm here with you.
Yeah,
and
let's work through
You know
it.
that we've all gone through that, especially
Yeah.
being on a show like this where you put your whole life out there.
Yeah, and your opinions.
your thoughts.
Yeah.
The stupid things you've done, the stupid things you think.
Yeah. And the breakthrough, because it's like you start and you go, what is it? And so then you go through, okay, well, maybe it's my look. Maybe it's what I say. And then the thing that I started to realize through mindfulness and meditation is that everybody's just not gonna dig you. And that's okay.
That's okay.
So you heard from that clip, Lonnie broke down and she had to come to terms with the fact that some people don't like her on the show. Now, Lonnie has received a lot of criticism from being on The Real, and it could be that some people may not like her personality, but I think a lot of the criticism stems from her situation with Tamar. Now, Tamar used to be a co-host on the show, and she accused Lonnie of getting her fired. Lonnie, however, denied it. So the whole situation left the viewers very divided, and Lonnie did lose some favor in some people's eyes. And I do believe Lonnie is more of a target because she's plus size and dark skinned. And people don't want to talk about that, but I really think that plays a factor too. But for the most part, I feel like some people are turned off by her from that whole negative situation with Tamar. That's what I think. And I could be wrong, but that's what I believe. But despite all of that, I actually do like Lonnie. I think Lonnie is funny. I do think she adds a lot to the show. A lot of her commentary and opinions are informed. So I do think she has some importance on the show. But being on a talk show like The Real isn't always a safe place. And in a weird way, that's kind of the beauty of a show like The Real. The co-hosts are vulnerable and they're willing to expose themselves, and a lot of their viewers like that. So while you have some people who may criticize them, there are others who really relate to them. And I think that's the positive part of a show like The Real. Now, moving on, I want to briefly talk about the talk show host Wendy Williams. Now, Wendy made her first public appearance since the rumor circulated that she was suffering from dementia. Now, it was rumored before that she was confined to a wheelchair and she was in the early stages of dementia, and she would not be continuing her talk show because of her failing health. But Wendy was recently spotted leaving the wellness center, and she actually said that she's doing fabulous. Watch this video.
Hey Wendy, are you sad about the show being canceled? Any plans for a new show? Everyone does hope you feel better.
Thank you.
Yes, good luck to you, all right? Sorry to bug you.
Thank you very much. It's okay.
Is your recovery going okay? Because everyone is really concerned.
Wendy is doing fabulous.
She's doing fabulous.
Yep.
Any more words for the fans?
Lots more Wendy stuff.
That's good to hear.
Bye.
Love it. Thank you. Thanks, Wendy.
So from this video, Wendy seems to be in good spirits. I do think it's a little weird that she's walking out barefoot, but maybe wearing shoes is uncomfortable for her because she does suffer from lymphedema. But besides that, she looks good. She sounds good. I'm glad to see that she's walking. I'm glad to see that she's okay. Now, she said that we will be seeing a lot more Wendy soon, but she did not address whether or not her show is going to be canceled. Now, rumors have been swirling around that her show might be on its last season, and the network is looking to replace her with the comedian and actress Sherri Shepherd. So we don't know what's going to happen with Wendy's show. We don't know if she's going to return, but I am glad to see that Wendy looks a little better. I do hope that she continues to focus on her health and also get stronger. So good luck to Wendy and everything she does moving forward. Now, moving on, I do want to talk a little bit about the Soul Train Awards. I know I'm late, but the Soul Train Awards did air this past weekend. So I want to get into it because I thought this was a good show. One of the performances I liked was Ari Lennox's performance. Ari is one of those people who doesn't have to do too much on stage, but she still knows how to vibe out and grab your attention. And that's what she did when she performed her song Pressure at the Soul Train Awards. She sang her face off, she looked glamorous, and she didn't have to do too much to put on a good show. And she also performed her song with Summer Walker called Unloyal. It's something about Unloyal that I just can't get enough of. It has that neo soul jazzy vibe to it that I love, and I really loved Ari Lennox's voice on the song, which is why I'm a big fan of it. But I liked Ari and Summer's performance. Summer is very stage shy. She actually deals with anxiety. But even with her anxiety, she was still able to pull off the performance pretty well. And I think when Ari joined her on stage, it kind of gave her a boost of confidence a little bit. I could tell Ari was kind of looking at her and saying, "I got you, girl, don't be nervous." And I really liked that. And I also liked how their voices gelled together. I think they both sounded great. Also, another performance I really liked was Lucky Daye's performance. Lucky Daye performed Over, and I like Lucky Daye a lot. I think he's very talented. He makes great music, and he just has the look, the vibe, everything about him just kind of captures you. I don't know why he's not bigger than what he is, but I'm glad that BET and the Soul Train Awards gives a platform to artists like him. And also, I'm glad that they honor artists that deserve to be honored. For example, Jasmine Sullivan. Jasmine won Album of the Year for her album Hotels, and I thought it was great to see her get her flowers. Jasmine has been in the game for so long, and she is honestly one of the vocal GOATs. She's one of the greatest vocalists of all time, in my opinion, and she deserves to be honored. Like, she really deserves it. It's long overdue, and I kind of wish she got the same recognition and love she got for her previous albums, Love Me Back and Reality Show. I thought both of those albums were very slept on, but I am glad that she's getting some recognition now. Better late than never. So congratulations to her. Also, I did hear that Jasmine is going on tour, y'all. I can't wait for that because I've never seen Jasmine live, so I'm gonna be there front and center. I want to see her on that stage singing her face off. I can't wait, can't wait. Now moving on, I want to give a shout out to Normani because Normani won Best Dance Performance for her video Wild Side. I thought this award was also very well deserved. Normani put out one of the best videos of 2021, hands down, so she definitely deserves to be honored for her work. And also another note, I heard Wild Side actually went platinum, which is great. This would actually make it Normani's 4th platinum selling single as a solo artist. She already has a 5-time platinum selling single called Love Lies with Khalid, and then she was featured on Sam Smith's song Dancing with a Stranger, which is also a multi-platinum selling hit. Also, her single Motivation went platinum last year, and it also went gold in the UK and diamond in Brazil, which is great. And now on top of that, her single Wild Side featuring Cardi B is eligible to be platinum. So Normani is out here racking up these certifications and she does not have an album out. That's the crazy thing. I'm waiting for her album to be released. She did say in her acceptance speech that she will be dropping her album soon. I don't know exactly how soon, but I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for her new music for sure. Now, last but certainly not least, let's talk about the R&B veterans and icons. Both Maxwell and Ashanti got honored at the Soul Train Awards. Maxwell was honored with the Legend Award, which is very fitting because he's actually one of the pioneers of the Neo Soul movement. When you think about the big names in Neo Soul, you think about Erykah Badu, D'Angelo, Jill Scott, and Maxwell. Those are the names that come up. So Maxwell definitely deserved to be honored, and he did perform some of his hits. I thought he sounded great. He looked great. He had a lot of energy. His stage presence is absolutely amazing, and he looks exactly the same. Like he has aged so well. Like he looks really good. But one thing I will say, I was a little let down that he left out some of his hits. I wanted him to at least perform Pretty Wings or This Woman's Work, because those are 2 of his best songs. I'm actually surprised that he didn't perform them, but I still thought he did a great job. Another person who did a great job and stole the show for me was Ashanti. Ashanti was honored with the Lady of Soul Award, and she performed a medley of her greatest hits, and she performed down, okay? She ate, and she looked amazing. Also, she sounded amazing. Like, her voice is in the best shape ever. Her stage presence was on point. She had the whole crowd on their feet. She did an excellent job. Both she and Maxwell stole the show for me. Also, I do have to give it up to Silk Sonic as well, because Bruno and Anderson .Paak performed with their band, and they also did a great job as well, as usual. I expect nothing less than the best from Silk Sonic because they know how to really put on a show. But overall, I thought the Soul Train Awards this year was great. It's always a good show. Anyway, tell me what you all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.